wow,
this is the
jazzy.
Love Gurus podcast. Let's do our theme song instead.
Yeah, what? I mean, jazzy, but not in line with our genre.
I'm out of my goddamn mind today. I don't know what's going on. Actually, wait, yes, I do. We're taking dating questions from Reddit starting right about now.
Yeah.
Just ask the Love Guru.
Just ask us, damn it.
To tell you what to do.
Yup.
Listen to the Love Guru.
Do it. Listen.
Or your life is through.
See, your listener made that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll be in the chat.
Yes. You heard the man. We are the Love Gurus. We're taking ridiculous dating questions from the wild animals on Reddit. And you guys. We're live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Joel in the YouTube says, howdy, y'all. Eugene in the YouTube says, hi.
Hi, Eugene.
And shout out to Joel for the awesome theme song. I will
Yeah.
actually be on Joel's
Great job,
radio
Joel.
show tomorrow on the... Joel, tell me again what time that is and where they can find it. The show I'm going on Joel's show tomorrow to talk. To talk
That's
music.
very cool. Yeah,
Yes,
love
yes.
that.
So Joel, when you get the chance, throw in the chat where they can find you tomorrow on the app. I should have figured out this information before we started, but I was rushing from a spot,
Great,
man.
great plugging.
Can I make a request to
Yes.
Joel?
Yeah,
yes.
of course.
Can you re-record that song but mispronounce the word guru like Jake does? You know what I mean? Guru. Like
Guru.
last
I'm
time
saying
on
it
the
right
show,
now.
you said guru,
Guru?
over and over again.
The guru, yeah. It's
And I was like, am I wrong?
It's like a slow learning kangaroo.
I had to go on Google and like make it play the
Yeah.
word, and then
That's right.
Guru.
And then I was like, oh, it's part of his brand.
Legend has it if a kangaroo and a wombat fuck, it creates a guru.
love guru.
Yeah, a love guru, and it goes around the outback just fucking people. you know?
I feel like that word's actually more used in court. Your Honor, it guru.
Joel on YouTube says 6 Eastern on AMP from Amazon. That is where you can find us tomorrow
Great.
night. Yes.
I love
will
a
be there.
podcast that doubles as like your calendar event. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. I'm a fucking mess.
I gotta
man.
get
Ty-
groceries tomorrow. What time is groceries?
Yeah.
Tie a little string around your finger. Okay.
If
That's
anyone
a
knows
great
when
podcast.
I'm supposed to take my medicine, let me know. I've been off. I think I've been screwing up the batches.
Yeah.
Matt on YouTube. Hello, Matt. What's going on?
We should.
Joel says search VRN or at Joel66Smith.
Okay.
Nice.
Great.
Okay.
Yes.
Very
yes.
exciting.
Find us on there tomorrow.
Don't forget my request, Joel, please.
Yeah. What else? One request I have is we should introduce our guest.
Yes, let's do that.
Yeah.
We have 2 hilarious stand-up comics, 2 returning guests. First up, he is a stand-up comic. He has not been on this show since the Dark Ages, like before Suzanne was on. Like back when, I'm not saying it totally sucked back then, but I got a way better co-host now. So, Mr. Jeff McBride, welcome back to the show
Hi,
in the
everybody.
modern era,
Thanks for
not the
having
Dark
me.
Ages. Dude, happy to have you. Tell them where they can find you.
Well, I'm usually at home with a baby bouncing on my knee these days.
Yeah.
That's where I.
Yeah.
No,
But the
like,
feds almost found him,
yeah.
after he took that baby.
Everybody turn off your Amber Alerts for the podcast.
we have a podcast to do. We don't want to be interrupted by.
Yeah.
Goddamn feds ruining another show.
So you can find me at my handle on everything is Jeff McStandup.
Nice.
My name is Jeff McBride, which is kind of like if I got a wife at McDonald's, and this is like if you get comedy at McDonald's. It's the same thing. So that's
Nice.
it.
Nice.
All the social media that I post nothing on.
Yeah,
So-
a lot of Eastern European countries give you a McBride with your meal if you pay enough.
You're like, God
crazy.
damn it! Can't I just have the Super Mario figurine? This isn't the one I wanted with my Happy Meal. I got this one last time.
Yeah, but you should see what this figurine can do with her fingers and tongue. It's wild.
You get all
It's
the
the
way
greatest.
home. You get all the way home, and then you open the bag. You're like, "Where the fuck is my McBride?
This is just some lady's toenail. What the hell?
I have a whole collector set. Where's my McBride?"
Last time I ever fucking eat at McDonald's in Romania.
Yeah.
Not doing it.
It's but talk about the arm strength on the person in the drive-through. handing people.
They just shove him through the window, and she's like, "No, please, no, I don't." And they're like, "Oh, they always protest."
We'll all out of McBride. Andrew Tate took last one. But let's introduce our second guest, another returning guest, another hilarious stand-up comic, the one, the only, Ben Katzner. Thank you for being back on the show.
Oh, you know what? I'm just honored to be here. You know? Let's go.
Tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on all platforms at Shaq Katzner on everything: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I don't know, whatever you want it, you got it, baby. I'm
That's
out
right.
there. I just got
All
my
of them.
new phone. I'm posting again. It's been a
Yes.
long
Nice.
2.5 weeks. And,
And in that 2.5 weeks, there's Threads now.
Yeah, right.
You have a new one you have to post.
There's a new app, to download.
I needed
Yeah.
another thing to make me sad. So this is good.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I signed up right away and I was like, I'm not doing this either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I've been putting clips on there. Follow
Well,
at
and then
the Love
also-
Gurus podcast on Threads.
but if you isn't it like if you delete Threads, it deletes your
If
Instagram
it's
as
linked
well.
To your Instagram,
Wait, what?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
now you're on there for
You're
What the
forever.
fuck?
Yeah. So,
What kind of shit? Oh,
Hey,
sneaky motherfuckers.
Well,
you got
you know-
zucked, baby.
Dude.
Happens to the best of us, brother.
Sucked in the ass, Jake.
Well,
That's right.
Yeah,
And
I
he
mean-
made my wife watch while I signed the little box at the bottom there.
And
Yeah.
you can find the video on my Instagram. Actually.
Yes. Like, wait a minute. How's he getting more views than me on my own suck video?
those black little eyes just staring while Jake's taking it.
Yeah, I got all your information. How does that make you
Yeah.
feel, piggy boy?
Mark
I'm like,
Mark
"Oh,
Zuckerberg
son of a
does
bitch."
have like freaky like black eyes.
It's a bad.
Oh yeah, they're really like
Yeah.
like
unnerving.
really
Bad
like
face.
that looks like evil. That yeah, I mean that yeah, his
It does.
eyes are very creepy.
It does.
looking.
I think that if he cage fights Elon's going to be winning at first, but then Zuck is going to be. He's going to do the soul steal that the guy in Mortal Kombat
Sure.
used to do, where you go, and you like just turn purple and fall down.
I feel
yeah.
like he's been doing that like globally.
Yeah, pretty much. But he's going to hit Elon all at once. He's going to do the old-fashioned Mortal Kombat style.
He's gonna take every soul that he's absorbed and
Oh,
just
yeah.
fire it at him.
That's right. That's right.
Hadouken!
Yeah. Zuckerberg.
It's like, this is an appropriation. My wife is Asian. It's fine.
And the commentator's like, he's getting ready for this Zuck power move.
Yeah. It's yeah, I mean speaking of evil, most of these questions are evil.
Nice.
And I also want to preface this. It just so happens that all of these questions are written about wives, about the wife in the relationship. So
ball and chain
it
today,
sounds
huh?
a little
There we go.
sounds a little misogynistic if you just read all the questions straight through.
Which
but-
we will do.
Which we will
Oh, yeah.
do.
Yeah.
But that's not. I don't think it's. Well, A, it's not on purpose, and B, it's not. So if
Yeah,
you're,
yeah.
yeah,
Do you usually read it like tonelessly, or do you like put your own little spin on it?
I give it a little flair.
Okay, good.
Little,
Yeah.
little,
Yeah, I wanna hear the
exaggeration.
emotion.
Yeah,
You're like an audition.
yeah, because I think it's definitely pertinent to getting a full understanding on the question. Because
right.
all we have are these words, and not these people are not. Joyce Carol Oates, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah. And
I
plus,
don't, but I'm
I mean,
wildly
misogynists are
ignorant.
right
They're
twice
still
a day,
alive?
they say.
I don't know.
So I think we're good.
Okay, well let's get to it then.
Yes.
Stop
First question
delaying.
on the Love Gurus podcast. People, write your questions into loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com.
Still doing
Eugene, what's going on with Eugene? Producer Amy says, let's see, give a shout out to Eugene. Eugene, thank you for being on the show, man.
Yeah, love it that you're
Free
here.
Eugene.
Yes, free Eugene.
You didn't do it.
Get him out of there, man. He was innocent. He was with us the whole time, taking stated questions on
Totally.
Reddit, man. We're gonna take our first one from the wild animals on Reddit. If you guys got one to write in, write at the loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, like and subscribe for sure. Hit that like button, man. Give us some likes, give us some subscribes, and then ask your questions
Is it
live
true
every
everybody
Thursday,
who
30 p.m. Eastern.
Is it
What's
true
up?
everybody who subscribes and likes gets $100 from the podcast?
Yes.
That's our new. That's a new offer, new promotion.
Well, yeah, from
Uh-huh.
the podcast, not me or Jake.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
once that bank balance gets back up for the
Goddamn right.
Right. Well, your corporate sponsors usually
Yeah.
take care of it.
Yeah.
So but don't forget, keep writing us about it if you don't get it.
yeah,
Yes,
exactly.
Yes,
yeah.
keep writing for sure. Also, anything said on this show is parody, so we can't be sued. There we go. Aha, gotcha.
Okay.
First question from the wild animals on Reddit.
First question. Wife and I had a threesome. My wife is 41 and I'm 40. We've been married for 10 years. A great relationship that I put down to us always being open and honest with each other. We'd always said that if we had the opportunity for a threesome with another man, we would like to go for it. Last weekend, we met a guy at the bar of a hotel we were staying in, and he ended up in our bedroom. To begin with, it was great, but I came first. And basically... and basically just watched them go at it for another 20 minutes.
I got cooked. But he got lady cucked. It's fine.
He had her.
It's the best way to get cucked,
He had her in positions that I'd never even seen, and I know she came at least twice.
Wait, this is another dude. Sorry, I thought this was two women.
No.
Oh, wow, dude. Yeah, you got talked into some shit, dude.
It didn't bother me at the time, and afterwards we agreed it was fun and that we had no regrets. For the past week, my wife has had a spring in her step. She's happy and confident. Deep down, I know it's because she realizes that she can still get the interest of a good-looking younger man. I, on the other hand, have done nothing but relive the second half of the night over and over in my head.
He's having flashbacks like a non-vet playing with firecrackers. Every time he sees a good-looking young fellow with a bulge in his jeans on the subway.
I'm just as bad at sex as I always thought I was.
The horror. The horror.
It was fine when there was nothing to compare it against.
I've never heard my wife like she was that night, and I know I will never hear that again.
She sounded like fucking livestock.
I love her, and I tell her how I'm feeling, and I know that she would understand, but I don't want her to feel like like she has to start faking things just to appease me.
Oh, no.
I'm hoping that if I say nothing, my anxiety will go away. Any advice on this one?
Do you want the real advice, or do you want the,
Yeah.
the fun advice?
It's
what's the deal? Like, do we?
Well, here's
The world is our oyster.
Yeah.
It can be real. It can be fun. It can be both.
from the get-go. I think that the mistake was if you're going to take such a it's not necessarily a big step, but such a new step in a relationship when it comes to like your physical relationship, it should not be from a random guy you meet in a hotel bar. I can't tell you how many times I've had to say this to people. like if you're going to take a step like that, it needs to be planned and thought out. It can't be like, hey, we've had 7 beers. Should we bring Gary up to the hotel room? Cool. Gary's got a skull on his keys. You know, like it needs to be thought out. I think that's really the biggest. That's where the biggest mistake started.
I've been a lifelong atheist, so I barely ever quote scripture on this show. But a threesome with 2 guys is called a devil's threesome for a reason, sir. It's in Leviticus. Read it.
Then why are there so many videos online of exact said thing?
I don't know, Satan.
I feel like
His will on earth as it is in hell.
I feel like they made out pretty well. Like he's like, oh, I came early, but you still came. First of all, she clearly came all over the room multiple times, still thinking about it.
Oh yeah.
So like they did pretty well by picking up a random guy. But I would agree with you that if you're gonna have a threesome and you're already married and shit, you got to have tryouts. You got to have auditions, and you got to pick an uggo who's worse in bed than you. That's
Yeah, dude.
It's
So-
just
Stack the deck against her.
Okay, I'm gonna just like trot out my DeVry certificate in polyamory.
He was the guy that fucked this
It was
guy's
me.
wife.
I really outfucked that guy.
That's
and-
right.
Wow, I wasn't even drinking. I was pretending.
Yeah.
I was,
It's,
wow.
Like a baby's arm holding an apple that also has a big dick. That's what this guy's packing.
So I have I've been poly a very long time. My partner is poly. I have not dated a non-poly person in a really long time. So
Nice.
Flex.
I'm not trying to. I'm just saying like what he's doing is like you're trying to do varsity level maneuver.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you haven't even finished elementary school. Like
That was good.
Like it's really hard what you're trying to do.
You think a threesome is varsity? A drunken
No,
threesome
a
is
threesome
varsity?
with a stranger is varsity. So they're just jumping into this thing, and so they make an impromptu decision, game time decision in a bar to come. Like this, kind of to your point, like they didn't really plan it out. Like this, like being with other people. If you're in a monogamish relationship, being with other people takes a ton of communication because feelings come up that you don't expect.
Yeah.
So like you need to actually like it helps if people don't just jump into it drunken feet first. It helps if instead you go, well, hey, I might feel jealous. What are we going to do if I do? How are we going to talk about that? Because jealousy comes from many places.
See, this is why I'm in a monogamous relationship. I'm
That's
never
what I'm
going to
saying.
have conversations.
Yeah, you
like
hate
that.
talking to your husband.
One
Yeah.
of the places
I'm not even good about communicating in a monogamous relationship. I'm not. I'm
yeah.
not. I'm not gonna.
and this is why you're on a Love Gurus podcast.
Yeah. I know my limitations.
Listen to her.
Samson.
Listen,
Samson, no
you-
bite.
everyone, listen to what she has to say. She's anti-communication.
Yeah,
That's right.
anti-communication.
The last thing I want to say.
That's right.
Say.
Sometimes passive-aggressive comments are the only way to go.
So like the last thing I want to say on this is just that like jealousy shows up usually from a few different places, and one of those places is feeling
Like,
inadequate.
does jealousy pop up like that rhyme? Milk, milk, lemonade, round the corner fudge is made, like that?
Yeah. So if you've read
Yeah.
if you've read ethical non-monogamy books, that's the first thing in the front
Milk,
on
milk,
all of them.
lemonade.
Bro, you got homework and reading materials for these people?
And there's like,
Bro, you're not just polyamorous. You're a goddamn polyologist.
I
This
mean,
is crazy.
that's actually the name of the podcast that my partner and I want to start, Polyology.
Really?
Seriously.
I love that.
That rocks,
I would
dude.
listen to that.
Go with it.
Yeah.
Go with it.
I would say
feel-
if you
I
don't
wanna-
want to communicate with your partner, though, just lock him in a cage and then just leave him there and feed him. You want to do the next question, or what?
Yeah.
While you play R. Kelly in the background.
Yeah.
Gotham City.
You should definitely talk to your partner.
Yeah.
You're just gonna sit on that shit? Like, really? Do you trust each other? Do you love
Yeah.
each other? Like, sit down and talk about it. You're just gonna
Well-
sit there and stew, and every time you fuck, you're gonna picture him? You're out of your
it's
goddamn
crazy.
mind.
Here-
Picture him. You're still tasting him. You know what I mean?
Here's what I think. I think that I think that what's going to happen is this is going to come out sooner or later. So it's better, since we've already learned our lesson about not planning things, say it, because then what's going to happen is you guys are going to go out drinking. You're going to get yourself into the situation again. Then, someone's going to be balls deep in your wife, and you're going to go, I don't like this.
Turns
Like,
out cucking
Right.
isn't fun.
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's going to be weird.
It's not all it's cracked up to be in the videos of the guy
Yeah.
crying and beating off in the
So-
corner.
Just so don't avoid an embarrassing. I mean, I shouldn't say embarrassing. Avoid another uncomfortable situation. And yes, I agree. Say something to your wife, because it's
Make sure it's very accusatory.
Yes. Yeah.
You
Go-
want to like start heavy and be like, "Yo, I didn't like the way you liked that."
That's right.
Yeah.
I'm talking Tom Cruise in the last scene of A Few Good Men. You go at her hard. You crack her on that stand.
You said
And
you
she's
were.
gonna look at you and go, "You can't handle the truth."
No, I already know the truth. Not only did I see it, I got to smell it. It was crazy.
Wait, I have a question for the group. Well, not you. I
Okay.
feel like you.
All right, I don't get to talk anymore.
No, but
All right.
no, you
Thanks,
answered
Ben.
it. Would you two ever do a threesome in like 10 years? Or have you, or would you ever do a
They've
threesome?
done it together already.
Yeah.
It was a beta run of the podcast. It was really bad. Unfortunately, the video didn't work, so they only got to hear the awkward audio.
Yeah.
Tech is so hard.
Tech is so hard.
You can see that on the paywall, folks. Hear
But
that.
but yeah, no,
I was bombing twice on that podcast.
I would not, and the reason is, as I mentioned before, the level of communication you need. I'm just really busy that day, and secondly, I know that I would be crazy jealous. I would just not be able to handle it. I'm not that. I just don't have that much confidence in myself.
So I'm gonna jump in on this.
Sure.
And
Jealousy
in your
is
sex life as well.
I'm jump in and tell you why you should be dick deep on 7 guys. No, like the thing about like
He's like Doc
jealousy-
Anton from Tiger King, the early years. I like
Jealousy
this.
can
He's
be
starting a
dealt
harem.
with. Like people try to manage their lives so that they never feel jealousy, and we don't do that with many other emotions. Like we
Yeah.
don't. Like, I want to make sure I never feel sad. Like life just isn't like. But we try to manage that in our relationships so we never feel jealousy. But it's part of the human experience, and so like learning how to accept when you're jealous and communicate with your jealous and trust your partner to assuage your jealousy when you are feeling jealous is part of the
But-
emotional development.
But, okay, I
Or
totally,
not, or not
No,
also.
I totally understand what you're saying. However, I feel like for me, aren't I sort of in like a feedback loop, because it's like, I'm jealous because you're sleeping with another person.
Yeah.
Wait a second, you're sleeping with another person. I'm jealous because it's like that. so if he just doesn't sleep with another person, therefore I won't be jealous about that. It's almost like
that's
you see
true.
what I'm saying?
If I was
of
the guy
course.
from this question, I'd be jealous because some guy we met at Applebee's was knocking my wife's teeth loose from the
No,
inside.
the
And I'd
Applebee's,
be like, what the hell's going
Applebee's
on?
waiter. The
Yeah.
Applebee's waiter.
I'm like, I even gave him a good tip. Now he's giving her the whole shaft. This is crazy.
When I talk about this like poly on stage, and I do a lot in the middle of like flyover dates a lot. I always have to stop at some point and say this: I'm
Yes.
not recruiting. You do you.
I like the thing of Jeff just being like, and you're gonna feel some jealousy, and that's natural as he's
Yeah.
just giving back shots to my wife. Just look at me. I'm like, this is totally natural.
You're gonna feel
I know this really feels like something, doesn't it? I'm
Jealousy is
feeling
just
it.
a social construct.
Yeah.
No, I mean,
Let me coach you through this while I'm in your wife.
yeah, that's right.
That's your vibe.
I mean, look, man, I'm kind of both sides on this one because, like, I would have a threesome, but not with my wife. That's disgusting. She's out of town. She doesn't know anything about this. We're in a semi-open relationship, which means I can do whatever I want with other women as long as she never finds out about it. That's the way it works.
The comedian's way.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
They call it
Comedian's threesome.
the rules of the road.
The rules of the road. Yeah.
That's right.
So my final advice for this person is
Last night I had a 2.5 some. See, it's I went home with 2 women and I passed out drunk. So it was they kind of went at it on my flaccid nothingness.
I think that's a -1, actually. I don't think it's 2.5.
Yeah, dude. I think if we're scoring it like an actual sport, I think I'm not making the playoffs off of that fucking game.
That's an own goal.
It's not
The
making my
teamwork
highlight
they
reel.
engaged in was joining hands to push you off the bed.
Yeah. It
Actually,
was-
both of those women gave up on polyamory that night because of me, and they both joined the convent. I pushed them hard the other way. They smoked the whole carton that night, and it was soft.
But yeah, my final advice for this person is, and we've already said it. It's say something sooner rather than later, because what's going to happen is you guys are going to be in the grocery store arguing about cantaloupes and then scream in the grocery store, yeah, but when you squeezed his balls, did it feel like you get what I'm saying? Like it's going to happen in the produce section. So yeah, say something. What's your guys' final
Oh,
advice?
before we go to final advice, let me
yeah,
read some comments because
comments.
we got a lot of these.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's see. Matt on YouTube says, "Bring me a Pop Tart and a Fresca."
Wow, that is a very specific post-coitus request.
Holy shit.
Now, are you saying that to the person you just cucked, or are you saying
think
that
so.
as you want to watch while someone fucks
I
your
do like
partner?
the idea
You
of-
wanna eat a
Or do you
Pop-Tart?
always need this for sex?
That's his last request. Yeah.
That's some Rain Man shit. I'm definitely gonna rock your socks off, but I got a list of stuff that I
gotta
need.
be strawberry. Gotta be strawberry.
Prescott.
Gotta be
Prescott.
strawberry.
You think Metallica's got a detail writer? My God! Wait till I take my pants off. Joel on YouTube says, "I dated a poly once. She was a freak. Oh wait, different poly." He had 2 L's. He had 2 L's.
Got it.
He says at Love Gurus podcast. I think it's an old comment. He says at Love Gurus podcast. Did Suzanne just kick the baby underneath the table?
No, Samson.
Yes, that was
Samson,
a dog.
Samson
Yes.
bit my toe. And
Yeah. He got it pretty good. Yeah.
But it
yeah.
was right after I said that I hate all people. So he was kind of trying to save me.
Oh, producer Amy on YouTube says, "What if you know you will always be jealous no matter what?" I mean, yeah, that's where's that in the polyamory course? You know what I mean? Just-
No, there's a very good answer for that.
Really?
If you don't think you want to do poly, don't do poly for everybody's
yes,
sake.
That makes
yes. I think that's a damn good. That's great advice.
Should I let your dog in the door? It's
Oh,
actually really-
yeah, he's being a little dick. I'll let him in as soon as we start reading.
He's uncomfortable with this conversation
He's
because
like-
he himself had a very awkward situation. See, dogs can't really poly.
He was
I mean,
he doesn't
you
like
know.
Polly. He was raped by a parrot, and
wow.
so
Oh.
it's Polly got more than a cracker that night.
This got
It was,
sad.
yeah, dude, it was pretty rough.
That is really sad.
I know,
sad.
That was
yeah,
really sad.
and it was
I
a
feel
parrot
bad
with a
for
peg leg and
Samson.
everything. It was
Samson,
like
do you want to come bite my
Yeah.
other 9 toes? I feel bad for
right,
you.
he had trauma. It's like,
Sorry about your
did
trauma,
you,
bro.
Polly? He's back. That son of a
brutal.
bitch. He didn't. Yeah, he hated this whole conversation.
I mean, yeah, the the pirates corrupted parrots nowadays.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Strange things be happening after 3 weeks.
Hey,
at
look,
sea.
if you think Polly is weird and kinky, imagine you're a parrot that wants to fuck a dog. Like
Yeah.
that
Wow.
is next level.
I've sailed all 7 seas on this captain's shoulder, but never have I found what I've been. Wait, there's a dog named Samson. Never mind. Quack. And it was a whole ordeal. Anyway, Joel on YouTube says, "I'm thinking I should just shut up on the top." Wait, I think that's from another.
No,
let's
you
see.
shut the hell up, Joel. You said your piece, and we get it.
Matt on YouTube says, "Don't do it. I seen guys who did either way guilt." Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Matt
Either
on
way,
YouTube
feel
says,
guilty.
"You will never recover. Put it out of your mind."
God.
It's Malevivic. I don't know what that word is. Let's see. He says, "Sopranos. The girl pants killed. The girl pants killed."
Are your audience? Are they have fingers, right? Like they can type. It's all good. What's happening?
Yeah,
Maybe they're
I think
typing
so.
fast.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
fast
yeah.
and hit
They're
They
gonna
have a lot
type
to
and
say
jerk off.
about
Yeah.
the
They're going.
Sopranos.
Yeah. This has been a pretty steamy episode.
I don't. Yeah, I mean
I
that's
think
like
they're
the
doing
great
it with
thing
their
about
non-dominant
YouTube. We're
hand.
not really into proofreading and checking. It's
No.
about quantity.
That's
It's
right.
about quantity.
You need a word. You need a literal word if you're gonna type something. It can't be like a random series of letters. I feel.
Is
That's
that
yeah.
ChatGPT? What's happening?
Joel on YouTube says, if you go into it completely open and honest with your partner and have talked it out ahead of time to set boundaries if needed, then it can work out fine. Oh, okay, cool.
Okay,
He's
I have
giving
decided
advice. He's giving
that-
like legit advice.
It's less them and more how Jake reads it that bothers me. I understand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty bad, dude. I'm like
and
semi-literate.
you are not the first person to say that. Unfortunately,
great.
How dare you?
Jake is the only
how-
one that can see
How
that.
dare
Yeah.
you question the
That's
love
right.
guru?
It's well,
Guru.
yeah.
Your Honor, it was the love guru.
It's love guru, not literacy guru. I'm not.
so
I'm not
funny.
that fucking great at reading out loud.
You're so funny. You're a funny man.
It's pretty rough.
That made me laugh. A lot. Perfectly written sentence. I'm like, why does it still feel dumb though?
Yeah. It was, dude. I can't read out. I mean, you think people get mad about drag queens reading to kids? Wait until they hear me read to their kid. They're like,
that's funny.
all right, I mean, it's turning them drag is one thing. This guy's turning them dumb as fuck. All right. I would rather have my kid walking out of here in a leather harness than talking as stupid as this fucking
It's
guy.
like Jake's kid. You know,
green
like,
eggs and ham. I don't think so.
you know, like how people listen to like podcasts or like the sleep hypnosis to go to bed. It's like Jake's kid will just listen to a robot's voice and be
Yes.
like, "Oh my god, it's so soothing."
I'm free.
And see, he does the opposite. It's going to be the opposite to wake him up for school. It's going to be my voice reading books. You know what I mean? And so there's no way he's going to hit snooze because
he wakes up crying every time.
yeah, it's going to be me reading it, but not in proper sentence. It's going to be, it was the best of times and the worst of times. So it's like, I can't sleep to this. This fucking guy's dumb.
Jake's dropping little Jake off at school, and the teacher's like, "Big Jake, would you like to stay for reading?"
Oh, gee golly, I suppose.
No, I don't want to stay. Wait, what kind of juice boxes we got? What are we working with? Is it like the square kind or those shitty bag kinds that you always break the straw on? I'm not
No,
falling for
yeah.
that. I can't teach.
No.
All right, will you help me with my juice box?
Don't squeeze the sides too hard.
Oh, God damn it. Now you tell me. Joel, you use this at Love Gurus podcast. Suzanne said, not some random guy from the bar. Is she implying to just keep it in the family? Yeah.
Hey,
you
yo.
know.
Oh yeah,
Kansas.
yeah.
Those are not the only two options.
Yeah,
You could
yeah,
also
yeah.
like not fuck your family and then like maybe find a friend.
Yes.
Oh, is that
Ah.
what they were talking about on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire this whole time?
But wouldn't a stranger, maybe that's a little easier than a friend? Because what if it doesn't go well and now you got to see that person
See,
again?
I would
That's what-
prefer a stranger.
I would
Right?
prefer a
Yeah.
stranger that I will never see or speak to again versus someone that it's like, even if it's someone that I'm not close to, I don't even want to be like friends with them on social media. Like
Right.
that's how.
Sure.
Yeah, I want you to get launched into space. Afterwards.
Yeah, unwise.
I'd follow you on. We could be friends on like LinkedIn though. I'd feel like that's fine. Business, casual.
I would
friendship
like
is
to see.
Bro,
your
you owe me this
career
job.
development. Yeah.
Oh my god, I
My
want to
wife
see
gave
that
you a
LinkedIn
job.
profile.
You give me a job.
I'm not here for work.
Okay. Are we ready for final advice? Then
Yes,
I gave
let's
my
do-
final advice.
let's do
Does
some final
anyone
advice.
else have any other final advice for this person?
I mean, I got to come back to, if you don't want your partner to have sex with someone else, lock them in a room. You know what I think that is the best way to avoid any sort of issues that you have with jealousy or whatever. Like, I know what room you're in, and I know I feed you, so I'm a provider. So
in all, like, I just want to be, like, truly, if and when you do talk to your partner, make sure that she knows that it's all her fault.
Oh, goddamn right. Especially in this situation, what's she going to be? Well, no, you signed off. All right, I did come 17 times, and my head spun around like that chick in The Exorcist. So, yeah, fair. I can't get too...
I like Ben's point initially.
defensive.
Your point was wonderful. You were just like, everybody had a good time. What's up?
okay.
Wait, did you guys have good sex? Okay.
Like, you came first, and you saw the remnants of like what actual lovemaking was, and I understand that, and that's frustrating. But like, you came, she came, he came, and fucked your whole world up. You know what I mean?
Also,
like, that's
can't you
good.
scroll on TikTok or something? I mean, don't you have a phone?
Well, I think it's also because it was in a hotel.
You can like and subscribe to the Love Gurus podcast while some guy's fucking your wife.
Right?
That's my best advice. Sir, he's giving it to her long and hard and deep. Our podcast is at least an hour once a week. So it's like while she's getting pounded out, you could have something that is arguably as good as fucking your wife, and that's this podcast.
That's right.
And
you
get
can get room
$100.
Yes. $100. Again, parody, sir.
Yeah.
Parody. Listen, your wife gets a nice young fella from Applebee's in her, and you get us in your ear. So that to me, I think, is a good trade-off. Okay, so my final advice, I guess, would be it's more or less come up, but if you're not into this, if you don't like the idea, if you're not all into the idea of some guy plowing your wife, you're probably not going to like seeing it, you know? So it's either something you really like the idea of, or it's not. It's like there's certain fetishes that people might go with if you're just kind of into it and they're not. Like, let's say the example I give is the foot fetish thing, right? A lot of guys have foot fetishes, and a lot of women ain't necessarily into it, but it's like, my feet really get him going, so I'll let him suck the fucking pinky toe. The little piggy that went all the way home, who gives a fuck? Let him do what he wants with it.
Autobiographical.
Yeah.
You're like, a lot of guys.
I know a
wanna
guy.
Fuck between the middle two toes.
Yeah.
I get.
I don't like the one that had roast beef. I like the one that had none. You know what I'm saying?
The cleavage that gets made between the big toe and the second toe. A lot of guys are really into that.
I mean, you can't technically call it a ring toe because you don't put rings on them. At least most women don't.
Like, a lot of men
Some
like
of
a
them do.
full-size 7 woman's foot in their asshole. You know? That's okay.
A lot of guys.
With bunions ribbed for my pleasure.
It's I mean a pointed toe in a ballet class. My.
Oh,
Get them going.
oh, that movie Black Swan.
And that's
Jesus
your
Christ.
final advice.
Yeah, if you don't like seeing
way.
a guy bang your wife, get in the feet. That's it.
Get into feet. Get into feet.
Because
No, but
people.
My point with the foot thing is like that's one that people might kind of go with just to be like, you like it. Have fun. Happy birthday, fella. You know, but this is one where it's like this or like getting pissed on or something. It's sort of like you either like the idea of this or you don't.
Or you liked the fantasy of it initially, and then you saw the reality. You're like, nah, this isn't quite the same as sitting alone in my front of my computer.
It's like when you're in a bar or a club and at 2 a.m. and so they turn the lights on. It's like, oh, that's what this guy looks like.
Right.
Oh.
Now imagine that guy fucking your wife.
Yeah, I think that's perfect
you
advice,
get a
man.
point for that one. That was good.
Yes.
I don't give those out lightly.
Yeah, perfect.
I think we gave that
great.
guy great advice.
We gave him great advice.
Sorry about your Tuesday there.
You're
bud.
welcome.
Let's take our next question from the wild animals on Reddit. If you guys got questions, write them into loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, give them to us live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take another one from the wild animals on Reddit.
Next question. My wife fell for a scam. I'm 33 and my wife is 27. We've been married for 8 years, and she fell victim to a scam where she sent roughly $25,000 to a scammer
Holy fucking hell.
who promised to
That gets me
transfer
so hard.
$10 million. Who promised to transfer $10 million to her so that she could help people in Africa.
No.
So
my God.
It was well intended, but did not seek my but she did not seek my counsel initially. After she sent $6,000, she then approached me and I pointed out the red flags in the story. She prayed. Oh shit!
Oh, I just spilled.
Oh, that's
drinks
okay.
Everywhere.
She prayed about it and felt that God told her that it was the right thing to do.
Keeps getting
This
worse.
became a point of contention in our marriage for the past 3 months. She opened up and maxed out 2 credit cards just to keep it from me. She never lied about it to me when I asked, but certainly avoided telling the whole truth. I obviously have trust issues when it comes to money with her now. I have separate accounts and have taken her name off of my credit cards. I understand that she is who I married and I have no interest in divorce. I accept this hardship that she brought upon us. I just want to move beyond this and grow back together. But now it's difficult for us because she's very depressed about this scam. She's become more and more depressed and says that that she now feels like she has less purpose in her life. I want to comfort her and do whatever I can to bring her out of this depression. What do I do?
Go the extra mile, jump in all the way, and pray.
Yeah.
The power of prayer is exactly what you need here.
I just don't.
Yeah, and then go to church and give your money to them too. Yeah, fucking Mark.
It is amazing to me that again, this person is more mature than I am, I suppose, and they're religious. But if your partner got scammed so hard and they came to you mid-scam saying, hey, this is what's happening, and you're like, it's a scam, and then they kept doing it anyway, how could you not just be so fucking pissed? Like, how...
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
How
it'd be
can
one
you
thing
not
if it
be
just
so
happened to
mad?
them. If you're given... If you fucking flat out told them, like, hey, this is, like, you're just sending money to people overseas. Like, what are you, 70? Like, how are you not... Did it even say their ages?
Yeah, he's 33, she's 27.
Oh, she's 27.
Well, and they've been married
for
for...
8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Oh,
So you...
man.
What doesn't
you
track
sort
with
of get
me
the demographic.
about this story is that they're religious and they also got scammed. I don't see how those two things go together.
Oh, you're saying God didn't look out for him? You're
This
saying
is
the
part of
Lord
God's
didn't
plan.
watch over them? Uh-oh, no video, Jake.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, shit.
Oh.
You're good.
Okay, there we go.
Oh my God! God's speaking to us through the video.
That's right. Guys, this is divine intervention. Send all your money to @LoveGurus podcast on Venmo. The Lord
make
clearly
it
wants
count.
our message.
Yeah.
What we need is better cameras and stuff like that. We need to do that to send the Lord's message. We're also going to help people in Africa. We felt the rains down in Africa, and we sent them some of the money you're sending us. I think that was with the Toto song. So send us the money, and then we'll send it to
And
wherever.
you will get $100 for every $7,000 that you
Yes,
send.
exactly. That I will promise.
Yes.
That is not just parody.
Your
For every
Honor,
7,000 you
Your
send me, I will
Honor,
send you
that
100.
lie, guru and guru and guru. It guru out of control.
Hi, I represent Guru and Guru Law Firm. We're suing this goddamn podcast.
Yeah. So I mean, for those of us in a relationship, I mean, do you have you ever been in a situation where your partner, you've got scam? I mean, I've definitely been like ripped off before, and sort of like sometimes knowingly it's fine, but in this situation, I don't, maybe Mike has done something like this and I just don't know about it. But yeah, I mean, I would, honestly, the thing, I would be mad about the money, but I would just be more like, I would be disappointed that they were so dumb.
Right? That
Like,
would almost hurt more than the money.
That I'd be like
Although
less
25 grand's
attracted
a
to them
fucking
because
lot.
they were so dumb.
I don't think you can be mad at them for being so dumb. I think you have to be mad at yourself for being
Right.
such a fucking idiot.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
love conquers all, and in this case, it conquered his decision making.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right. It's who's really the dumber one? The one who gives $25 or $25,000 to a scammer on the internet, or the one who stays married to somebody that dumb for 8 years and got no red flags before now?
I think one of the things he's going to struggle with, and I think it's the most overrated thing in relationships now, is trust. I think he's going to struggle with that very overrated element
Yeah.
for committed relationships.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
the trust is
We got no more joint bank accounts. You are cutting up your credit cards. You are in a conservative ship or whatever, that Britney Spears shit where she had to live in her dad for attic for 16 years. Like
Oh, that was
that's
so
what we're
sad.
gonna do. because you gave $25,000 to a scammer on the internet.
No.
I would love it if we
yes.
found out that they were super wealthy, like wealthy,
I was just
wealthy.
gonna say,
Oh, like
what
it.
if yeah,
It's
$25,000 is actually nothing to these people.
That is
and
a
it's
good
sort
point.
of like it's the equivalent to like a hedge fund bro going to Atlantic City for one night. You know,
Right.
Yeah.
comes home and he's like, oh, I lost $25,000. And Paul is
But
like,
I never
gosh
bet more
darn
than
it,
I can
gosh
lose.
darn it, Chad. Gosh darn it, Chad. You just did that last weekend.
10 million is such a comical, like that is such a cartoon number. If anyone's like, hey, I think I can get you $10 million, I'm like, okay, you're clearly lying. That's what a child.
Right,
You're like,
right.
Yeah.
I have $10 million. And you're like, okay, shut up, Gregory.
Yeah.
You know what I
$10
mean?
million.
That's such a
Well,
stupid amount. That's not real.
I was listening to something and so actually it's what they are trying to do is they are trying to make it sound crazy like that because they don't really want, it's too much work to try and trick semi-smart or people that are kind of smart about it. Whereas like
I hate trying to
my
trick
God.
smart
if you
people.
make it sound
I,
ridiculous,
that's
and then the
amazing.
people that are drawn into it, you know that they're completely oblivious or dumb
Oh,
as
that's a
bricks.
good
I'm
point.
So
pro
then it's
scammer
like
now.
worth
Yeah.
the
Great.
yeah.
Okay.
It's like a litmus
they're doing,
test.
Like they put the misspellings like on purpose because they
Interesting.
are trying to find the dumb people.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, man. I think I had mentioned Metallica's writer earlier. They kind of did the same thing, right? So you know how there's that sort of old cliche of like the
green M&Ms or
the
whatever.
M&Ms, yeah.
Yeah.
And just a prima donna who's just putting that in the writer.
but it wasn't
They
that.
actually did that. No, they did that to make sure that it was a
don't-
litmus test.
Yeah, to
it
see
was
if
a
they
litmus
read the
test
thing.
to see if they knew if they went in there and there was no red M&Ms or whatever in that bowl, then all the rest of that writer was followed to a T. And their wiring would be good, and all their levels would be right.
yeah.
But if they saw the fucking red M&Ms, they were like, "Oh shit, okay, we should really double check everything because these guys."
And
are
you feel
kinda
like
half
her
also
getting
not-
scammed out of
a bad
$25,000 is
strategy.
directly analogous to the red M&M
Yes.
issue.
I think so. By putting dumb shit in the fucking thing, it's sort of like, they answered this,
Yeah,
and this was
yeah.
such a half-assed attempt
I
to
actually
scam
agree
them.
with that, yeah.
That it's a litmus test. It's just sort of like they did this, therefore they will also do B,
I
C,
would
and
want
D.
a cheaper litmus test. I wouldn't have. I would advise everyone else: don't make this your litmus test.
No. It's the scammer's litmus
It's the scam.
test.
This
Yeah.
is scammer's
For
litmus
them.
test.
That
Yeah,
makes
yeah.
sense.
It's not like they wouldn't check anything.
lady failed.
if they had the red
She did
M&Ms.
not.
It was
Right.
it's just a litmus test. It's you did A, therefore you will do A,
Oh.
B, and C, but not D.
Okay.
Probably based off of this, or at least more likely to, as opposed to somebody else.
I like that there were red flag. Like he was involved with this process.
Yeah.
Like right.
Yeah.
Like and it didn't stop at 6. Like he was like, all right.
I love what that once they're at 6 and they
That's a
have that
good point.
conversation and he's like, Sheila, it's definitely a scam. You're always just mansplaining to me and telling me what to do. I
Just
can't.
because I
Yeah.
don't know anything.
You're such a misogynist. Just because your mother left you. It's like it's this.
Listen, he is my
it's
lost.
like a.
He is my long lost cousin who's actually a Nigerian prince. Don't gaslight me, Ted. And it's just then she goes giving him the fucking money, and I
it's
feel
a very
bad for this
woke
guy.
conversation. Yeah,
It
And
is.
that,
It is. She's throwing all these fucking buzzwords at him, and he folds. He fucking caves. This man is more pussy whipped than the guy in the last question who was letting his wife get piped out by the guy at Apple.
I was gonna say, in his defense, it might be the same guy. We don't know.
Oh, dude.
Maybe he didn't feel. He's like, after a real man showed you what's up, I don't feel comfortable telling you how to live your life.
Uh-huh. I hope his pillow talk is like, I dig wells in Africa, right? I make women come in America, and I dig wells in Africa. That's what I do. That's what I do. Do you have 25 grand?
I can't tell you how much red clay I've picked out of my fingers. Ooh, that's so hot.
That is
Tell
not a
me more.
euphemism.
But the thing is, like, people can make mistakes in relationships and come back from them. They can talk through it,
Yeah.
and I think that they are both making a mistake.
This is they just need to put this in just put this down the poop chute.
Wait, I'm doing my own side podcast during the podcast. I have a question for the group again. real
Yeah?
quick.
Yes.
Okay.
What?
What's the name
Whoa!
of the podcast?
A podcast in the podcast.
Dude, it's like that Leonardo DiCaprio movie Inception. It's a podcast within a podcast within a podcast. It's a whole ordeal.
That's the actual title of the podcast. That's pretty good.
I want you to get your own little picture-to-picture up
I
there.
would love that. If you send us $100, we send back to you. It's like
The
it's a
Love
podcast within a
Gurus
podcast, like
Consultants.
Inception, the movie, the podcast. Thank you for being here. My question is, what number would it take for all of you if someone lost, like you had a joint account and someone lost X amount of dollars? What would it take for you to be like, you know what? I can't be in a relationship.
$15.
Wait, but
Right, yeah, we're comics, dude.
Because,
like,
because I would.
we're taking some zeros off of this fucking
I
question.
would never not if my partner, we have a joint account. It's not like I'm not checking that shit. So it would be so if it was, it would have to be like transactions, like. But if there was like one transaction, I'd be like, what, if that was on a Monday at 6 p.m., Tuesday at 8 a.m., I'm like, what the fuck happened here? Like I was, because that's what I don't understand of people that get into relationships and are just like, oh, they handle all the money. I just kind of sit here. It's like that,
Right.
and men and women do that. I just don't understand how people are like completely oblivious or just think they don't have to think about money anymore now that they got married. That drives me crazy.
It's pretty crazy.
Oh, fuck. I got to change my behavior.
I'm kind of more of the second person. Like, I'm so bad with just bills and money and things like that. Like, my wife probably does do a little more of that. That said,
She screams from the probably.
No birthday foot for you.
You will never touch these toes again, young man.
Her little toes are like, no. curl right up like the Wicked Witch.
I'm going to use these toes for kicking you like a dominatrix. Hell yeah. That's it.
Yeah. Well, what about you, Ben? What would be that dollar amount?
Well, most likely it's not my money because I marry rich. That's what I do.
Boom, that's the move.
So you spend what you want, girl. As long as you got a little something to feed me.
You happy? Okay.
Leave $150 in me, inside of me every
Look,
week.
Just
and,
enough
I'll
to
fish it out.
enough to Venmo people if you go out to dinner.
Just don't make me look poor in public, and we'll be okay. I don't know. I bet. I mean, like $10,000. I would burn a house down for like thousands of dollars, bro. I'd be like, you're dead to me, and I'm dead.
Right.
And we're all dead. I'm burning the city to the ground.
Yeah.
You're going full what is it with like full Thelma and Louise? That's what I'm thinking. Yeah,
Sure.
We're
I'm going to transition into a white woman and destroy us as a team.
And you are handcuffed to this car, and we are going over a cliff.
Yeah. But the dude version of Thelma and Louise is so much darker. They shoot up a Walmart in that version,
Simpson, stop it!
Hey, quit it. You were in the bedroom. What did you do? Stop fucking up the
He
podcast.
likes toes, too.
Yeah, he does.
Stay
back. Stay back. Stop biting me.
I honestly
Goddamn
think that Jake's dog is so old. It's not that my foot was doing anything. It's that he has cataract, so he thinks that things are
evil
attacking
dog.
him.
That's a dog? I thought that was their baby. Wow.
That's okay.
I did that.
There's
I did
nothing
that.
in
I
there
did
that's it's fine.
I wiped it off already.
It's fine. It's fine.
Thank you, producer Amy.
Thanks,
Producer Amy,
Amy.
will you show Toad to the camera? Is that disrespectful? Blur it out. Just blur it out when you post it later.
Yeah,
No.
It's
producer.
just like covered in slobber.
Hey, this is the YouTube podcast,
They're
not
so
our
jealous.
OnlyFans.
Yeah.
All right, we got.
Do it. Toe.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You
That's
sign
like when
up.
you get that picture and it's like the crack of someone's elbow and they're like, do you like it? You're
That's
like,
right.
Like, it's my elbow.
You get the ankle only on the free version. All right, you go to the OnlyFans.
Yeah.
It's the lady and the foot boy. That's our OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Lady and the foot boy.
That's right.
That's good.
So let's go to final advice for this question because I actually have a solution.
Before you do that, let me read some comments.
Okay,
Comments here.
Let's throw some slop to the pigs here.
Yes. Joel on YouTube says brown M&Ms, but everything else spot on. Yeah. Joel's a music guy. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Matt on YouTube says, "Oh, Liberia, she got a deal." And Matt says, "Now I'm helping the Belgian Congo." He says, hello from the French Algeria. I am helping the French Foreign Legion now.
Nice.
Go to Ukraine, then she disappears.
To be fair, most of these people do type like they are scammers, so I totally get it.
Oh, yeah. I'm set up to fall for that shit. Absolutely.
But yeah, so my advice is listen, because his question is, now his wife is in a depression because she got scammed and she feels bad about it. But also,
and they can't afford therapy now because she's an idiot.
They can't afford therapy, but also she felt good doing this thing, like that she was actually helping people. So my solution is you yourself, sir, become a scammer and start scamming your own wife, but then that just gets filtered back into your own pocket.
Nice.
So she feels like she's doing something, and then you're kind of like, oh, good, this is a good, healthy, activity.
That's
and,
right.
Then you can kind of slowly build her back up again.
Be her Nigerian prince, sir. That's what you should do.
Let her make the same mistake over and over again with no consequences, and then pull her out of her depression.
Yeah. I think it's fine. Yeah. What's your guys' final advice?
I would say this has really taught me that if you are going to marry someone, you shouldn't have any money. Nobody should have any money.
No one gets any money.
It should be a free marriage. You're not bound by the constraints of capitalism. You got scammed? What happened? Did you give away our one rug? I don't know.
Yeah,
what poor people
yeah.
do. I'm so rich. I don't know what to do. But you know what I mean? Like, I just think it's good. If you're really worried about like her giving away all your shit, you gotta go broke. You gotta file for bankruptcy, get rid of all your stuff, and be like, oh no, baby, we lost everything, and we're never gonna get scammed again. You know what I mean? I think you really gotta go for broke on that one.
Yeah.
That's a good point, man, because to answer your money question in terms of like a dollar amount that it would take for me to be like, okay, well, you're done. I can't really do so because me and my wife don't have enough money to where we could lose it and fucking wreck the relationship.
And that's a good marriage.
There's enough money to where like it'll cause a fight for sure.
You have a child, so that's good.
We could. There's enough money that $100 will cause a fight.
Yes.
But like if she loses both $100 that we have, we're just waiting until next payday anyway. We were already on our last
Not
night.
both $100.
Yeah.
Where's the other $100?
Maybe we were 100ers before you sent it to Nigeria. What are you doing?
You paid it to your YouTube subscribers.
Oh God.
We have so little money. If she actually sent it to a real charity in Africa, they would send it back with a little bit more. Right. They'd be like, "You guys really kind of need."
You have enough money to send to Africa, but not for the stamps. You're just like, I hope it gets there. I don't know.
The envelope just says Africa.
Where it's supposed to be a stamp, it just says for charity. Please send.
Yeah. Please forward on. Yeah. Okay.
I feel like I cut Jeff off though.
I haven't done my true advice.
What's your final advice?
So truth be told, I have a lot of empathy for her.
Oh my God!
I did what? What?
Podcast over.
I have empathy for her because I keep getting scammed, and then I have her fuck my friends, and then that makes me feel inadequate. So like, I really get it. No, like my honest advice would be, like she should go get help for her depression, and he should probably like. I don't know, like
what pack while she's at therapy.
Yeah.
Babe, you need help. You need help at least an hour and a half away.
Let's just check you into this overnight facility. Okay.
Although if it's no harm, no foul, if they have so much money, it doesn't matter. I have no empathy for you whatsoever. Okay.
Yeah.
That is a good point. Did they say like if that really set him back? I mean, he didn't even mention, hey, this really set us back. And to me, $25,000 is so much goddamn money that I'm like, what do you? That would be an insane amount of money. Like we don't even have that, let alone if you fucking.
They did not.
Like,
they did
so
not
wealthy.
attach
Right.
a copy of like their personal balance.
Are they
sheet.
so wealthy?
Sure.
that
Question,
they're
which is
detached,
unfortunate.
that they're just like, what does a plumber do?
Yeah, that's what I think. I feel
You mean soap doesn't just like appear? What? I didn't know you could just buy it. Oh my god, that's so funny.
If she told her manservant to send the money.
Yeah. The housekeeper's like, oh god.
I thought when we rented the parking space, the Lexus just came with that. I don't know. I've always had a Lexus. I don't know. Yeah, I mean that's what I'm feeling here because it seems like he went into a lot of detail. And I always point this out at least once a podcast when they don't put in a lot of detail in certain areas. I like to err against the person writing the questions for two reasons. A, this is Reddit. These people are animals. B, this is a source by for and about them. This is their Fox News, their MSNBC, their North Korean state-run news if they happen to inherit the whole country. Like, just for them. So when they leave little things out, and he really skipped over, like, hey, man, this fucking hurt us. Because if I was telling this story, if somehow me and my wife had 25 grand and she gave that to a scammer on the internet.
Any black guy really would. You're
like, God damn, you know how I feel about that. You may listen to the Jason Alderman song or whatever. And
I think that's one of my bosses.
Yeah.
It was he was a country guy.
Jason Aldean?
Aldean, god damn it. I knew
yeah.
I was a little bit off. Yeah. But so I think he definitely has the money. That said, this is so much about the principle of the thing that because it's such a stupid reason to fucking give anybody money. It's like it's an internet scammer. This is like the dumbest thing to get scammed on in 2023.
I just hate it when we can't teach women a lesson. You know,
right? This is why Saudi Arabia doesn't let them drive.
Every day I'm like, you know what? We need to teach women more lessons.
That's right. That's right. If she can't handle a credit card any better than this, you take away her car keys. That's, she gets it back when she doesn't do this for 6 months. But no, I think my blame is half with this guy because he knew she was getting scammed right off the bat.
Yep.
And he didn't fucking... And I'm not saying you should fucking put your foot, hey, I'm the man in the relationship. Blah, blah, blah. But when your partner... I don't care, man. If this was the woman writing a question, I'd be like, okay, your partner is clearly doing something so fucking dumb that you are not only not doing your job by forbidding them to do this, you're being an enabler. This is sort of the financial equivalent to you come home and they're just shooting a fuck ton of heroin one day.
Oh.
And you're like, what are you doing? I'm just getting high. Hey, stop doing this. This is bad for you. There's fentanyl and shit. Hey, don't tell me how to live my life. Right? And then you just keep letting them do it. And you just keep letting them do it.
But I also like when Jake is talking about heroin. He's like, yeah, but there's fentanyl in heroin. The heroin part's fine.
Right? It ain't like that fun heroin I did in the early 2000s.
You don't know if there's going to be fentanyl in the heroin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I miss the days when there wasn't any risk of death in heroin, or not too much.
Yeah,
but
you also used to be able to drink out of the Mississippi with no concern.
There was nothing better than heroin in my veins and Mississippi River water in my drinking glass. My son's never going to experience that. Not without fentanyl being in both. Thanks a lot, Biden. So yeah, I think this guy should just go do heroin and drink out of the Mississippi. I think it'll at least distract him from whatever fucking nightmare his wife is dragging him into, and he's just letting her do it.
Yeah. Well, perfect. I think we answered that question. Let's do the last question, but let's do it like lightning round-esque.
All right, lightning round style.
One, number 4.
We're taking our last question on the Love Gurus podcast. People, if you've got questions to write in, write them to loveguruspodcast@yahoo.com, or even better, watch live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. We're going to take our last one from the Wild Animals on Reddit.
So we'll do this question, and this will be lightning round-esque in the sense that I'll read the question, and then we'll kind of just do our own hot takes around the room. This one we could do a little bit of debate, but just based on time, we'll, again, just sort of truncate it a little bit.
How much time we have left? Like an hour and a half?
Yeah, just an hour and a half.
Well, also, the other thing is that this question's actually quite similar to the first question, but with a little bit of a different twist, if you will.
And this is the last one, right?
Yeah, last one,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
That one, yeah. Okay, last question. My wife loves her best friend and wants him to join our relationship.
Is this an earlier version of the first question?
Oh, Oh, just listen. I'm 31 and my wife is 34. Her best friend is a
does that have to do with
38-year-old male. We just moved to her home state, which I don't know very many people. She had introduced me to her family and friends that she grew up with. Most of them are amazing. But when she introduced me to her best friend, I noticed a connection between them. They had never dated in the past, but you could tell that there was more than just friendly feelings. We've all hung out with each other and drank on a few occasions. We all just get along so nice. A few months go by and the wife has started to get secretive with her phone, closes out a Snapchat when I come by, and she has changed her lock code. Well, last night she asked me if it was okay if she was shared. Confused by the question, I said, "What did you say?" She repeated herself with kissing on me. We've never done anything like that in 8 years of being together, and I told her that I would have to think about it.
Wait, 8 years?
Yeah. I asked her if she. I asked if I were to share her, if she had someone in mind.
Oh, no.
She said she did.
Hypothetically.
Her best friend.
I don't know. What about Todd?
We could just pick a guy at random, like eeny, meeny, miny, Todd. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, Todd. It's weird he keeps landing. Here, I bought one of those 27-sided die with nerds from Dungeons and Dragons. And we got, oh my God, Todd? How'd he end up on this dice? That's weird. I thought it was just numbers.
I haven't given her my answer yet, but asking for advice before I do. So again, similar to the first question in the sense that it's essentially about opening up the relationship. But, to me, this isn't about opening this relationship. This is about like a hard right. This is a hard right.
Yeah, this is pretty wild.
Was
man.
there no sniff of this before?
Oh, there's some sniffing.
He's
Well,
gullible.
yeah,
Todd's been sniffing.
He's the male.
They're sniffing.
He's the male sexual version of the lady from the last question. You know what I
Well,
mean?
and
He's just
The other thing-
he's gullible. He's gullible.
But,
He can't.
from
he
the
can't
last. I
find
thought
it.
you meant
Yes.
a movie. Okay.
And then the other thing I want to point out that I think is a pretty crucial detail is that they moved to her home state. So they
Right.
basically moved back to her hometown. He doesn't know anyone. He's, slowly getting to meet people, but obviously the people that he's meeting are her, friends and family. Like, he doesn't really have any of
Right.
his own friends or, his own support system. And now she's bringing like, yeah, I was thinking about Todd.
Right.
What about
Yeah.
I want to definitely keep calling him Todd. So,
I know,
So-
such a great name.
but let me make sure I get it. So Todd, they've been together
Todd
for 8
the Rod
years.
is what they called him growing up.
That can have meant something to this city.
Crimes are running rampant in the streets. The cops ain't doing nothing about it. Only one vigilante, a man named Todd the Rod. He beats the gang members to death with his giant, huge cock.
Do you want the rod or do you want the Todd? Too bad they're the same thing, fella.
I ain't scared either, Todd the Rod. Gotham City's mine. Yeah. Oh my God, look at the size of it. It's curves in 2 places. Oh my God. Look at that thing. Yeah. You grow up under power lines or something? Yeah.
Wow, this is your
Oh.
best friend? He has quite the reputation here.
Why you got a best friend like this? What the hell is that? Hey, he's stopping criminals, but you look at the dick on that guy. Yeah.
Wow. Is he ever not hard? This is really weird. Oh, you know what? I get why you want Todd.
Wait, something that is amazing about what this whole question is the husband in this is essentially like, if you've ever watched a rom-com, he's like the shitty husband in a rom-com.
Oh yeah.
So like the rom-com is like, it's so
Yeah.
cool that you went back home and then you're not gonna stay with
Oh,
your
that's
shitty boyfriend.
true.
And I'm like, this is this is fascinating. I love
Yeah.
this perspective.
This guy would have been played by Seth Rogen 10 years ago.
I would love this guy would be played by Adam Scott, but
Yes.
Adam
Yeah.
Scott would have he'd be like, wait, what the fuck is happening? And I would watch this. I genuinely
Yeah.
would watch this movie.
Yeah.
A rom-com from the guy,
As
the
his
shitty
life
guy.
just
And
unravels.
I would root for the wife and Todd to get together.
Yeah.
And then
Yes.
and then
wait,
he goes
no.
on Reddit. And then he sees there's a podcast of comedians that just riddles him. Rips
Yes.
into his life.
Roll credits.
Dude,
Yes.
I wonder how many secret suicides we've been
That's so funny.
the causes of. Yeah,
If you
this guy's
know
on
of
Reddit.
anyone who's committed suicide as a result of this podcast,
No, it was
please,
parody.
please,
But yeah, so I think that my advice for this person is, because the first question was very much about opening the relationship and having a threesome and inviting more people into the relationship. I think that it's one thing to have someone that has had the conversation that to bring into the relationship. I don't think Todd is. This is not the intention. This is not like a swinging thing. This is your wife. Your wife wants to cheat. She wants to be with Todd, but she's sort of using this like backdoor. Hey, it's cool to be open thing.
That door is definitely going to be open.
Yeah, it's to then sort of cheat and test if she and Todd are quote unquote meant to be together since they never dated before. And then if they are, then she's going to go with Todd. And then if they are not, she's going to step back and be like, oh, well, we just had an open relationship for one weekend.
She's going to come crawling back to you with a belly full of Todd spunk.
Yeah.
Is that what you want?
Belly full of Todd.
Someone clean out the washing machine because it is clogged.
I've seen this.
I was tasting Todd for weeks.
Interesting.
So I've seen this scenario work, but everybody was already poly. Like this was this is messy because
dude, I love that we have you on for this episode. We did not pick these questions knowing you were coming on. This rocks, dude.
It really was again a divine intervention that you and your experience.
I prayed about this when I was on my way here.
So I feel God in the room right now.
So,
the Lord loves this fucking show. We say it all the time.
So the 8 years they've been together. Obviously, he's known about her male best friend. They've probably met many times. It would be very weird otherwise if it's her best friend 8 years long, right? So he knows this guy. He moves there, and this just gets sprung on him out of nowhere as she's making kisses on him, or however he phrased that. Right?
She makes kisses with my neck.
Yeah, right. So she's trying to get him in just the right mood so that she can say this thing that she wants to say to him, and then he's like, I gotta go to Reddit. So this is clearly way out of left field. He can't even ask his friends. I feel like
he doesn't have any friends.
I would never. Yeah.
Well, he has a phone. He has a phone.
He's been shunned from his friends.
But
dude, she's been setting this up for a long time.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know. But
she doesn't have a poly fetish. She's got a Todd fetish
about it. And I've seen it work where somebody's in love with two men or two women, and they work it out. They work it out, but not like this. This just is whoa. There's a lot to unpack there.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's too. Well, and also the history. This is like a bamboo vine that's grown for 32 years.
So you've met Todd before.
You're standing directly behind Todd laying on his back. You can't even see the sun by God.
Bamboo vine is not a great way. That's not a dick. That's a very
Todd's rod ain't a dick either. It's a goddamn medieval impalement weapon.
Right.
Guys used to ride at each other on horses with stuff that looked like Todd's rod. Yeah. They used to send Todd at people for adultery during the Spanish Inquisition.
I just think it's so crazy that she would move her and then mention it and never a hint before that. This is not as simple as I guess, honey, if it makes you happy. It's more hey, you could have told me at any time, and we could have worked this out. Instead, how long have you been fucking? How long have you been fucking?
In the words of Sheryl Crow, if it makes you happy, then I should go fuck Todd, right?
Yeah. That was so great. Yeah, that was before Lance.
Oh, memories.
Oh, man, she had some weird dick stuff, huh? Lance, Kid
also
Rock.
The locked phone. The locked phone.
Just the change in someone's openness. I mean, that's never a good sign for a relationship. So, so I guess, So since we're sort of lightning round asking, I've given my final advice. I think it's a bad idea. What's your guys' final advice for this person?
No. Straight up no until you can all sit down and talk about it together. You can find out how long this has been going on, figure out all the details, and then talk about how that's going to look like and read something on ethical non-monogamy if you're really going to go for it. Otherwise, fuck that.
You heard it directly from a polyologist, bro.
There's so much reading and being poly.
It's hard. It's fucking hard to do it.
I guess I'll
Not
just
toxic.
be monogamous and boring. I don't want to read another book.
It's,
Well,
Honestly, I don't think I could spell either one of those words. or read them out loud
the
too well.
group
to tell
sex
you
is
the
pretty great. So I mean, it's kind of. I'll read
It's
something.
like,
for
and
group
now
sex.
if you'll turn to chapter 7, I'm going to be licking Gary's taint.
Gary the Taint is what we call him around here.
It is funnier to put names to people. Okay.
For sure.
It's a new thing I'm learning
Did
on
you
this
just like
podcast.
learn a comedy concept? You're like, oh, I like this.
Let's throw fake names.
Okay.
Also, you want them kind of short, 2 syllables or less,
Yeah.
that kind of
Sure,
thing. It's,
sure.
it's
Yeah.
brevity is the something of wit. I can't tell. I'm not good at saying. Something
Brevity-
like
Yeah.
that.
Is that your methodology?
Yeah. Brevity, something wit. Yeah, step 1, brevity. Step 2, I don't know. Step 3, Step 4, wit. That's right.
Oh, okay.
That's right.
Step 5, it was the audience's fault. Okay.
Yeah, step 5. Oh, what?
Which is
you guys are so
also-
fucking PC. You didn't like my brevity?
That goes back to step 1, I would also say. That step 5 is step 1.
It's the audience's fault.
When in doubt, blame the audience.
I would say for this one, my advice is, hey, you wanna fuck Todd? I feel that. I get you. You gotta play it cool. Yeah. I got you.
Yes,
But,
I do want to fuck Todd.
Cool, girl. Cool. Here's my deal.
Anything.
I'll share you with Todd, but you have to watch Todd fuck me first. That's my rule with me and my girl.
Every time. That's
my
your
rule.
okay.
Oh.
That's I just any partner I've ever been with. Like,
Yeah.
hey, you can be with whoever you want, but
They'd fuck you first.
you have to let them have sex with me first. And if you still want them after, you can do whatever you want with them.
I like that.
Oh.
It's like Todd's gonna fuck me first. I'm not even into it. I'm a bottom out of
Yeah.
principle. God damn it! I'm repulsed by this.
Hard eye contact. You like
Yeah.
this? This is what you're gonna look like.
But see, once you painted that picture in my head, Todd's face is now Mark Zuckerberg. Is that weird?
Was already fucking me on the algorithm.
Todd just taught me so hard. I got Zuckerberg eyes. I can't fix them. They look crazy.
Classic Zuck. Yeah, that's what I'm pitching. I'm like, oh yeah, you can do whatever you want, but if we're gonna do a threesome with Todd or whatever, share
Yeah.
you have to watch. He has to penetrate me for minimum 47 seconds.
Oh, that's not
3 thrusts.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a. Yeah,
And he's
that's-
not cleaning himself off after. Go ahead.
And it's after a
I
long
thought
night
what
of
you were going to say was I
being
have to
burritos
fuck
from
someone
Taco
else,
Bell.
but
No,
you're
no,
like,
no.
no.
No, I'm right in this bitch. You gotta fuck me. You want her? You gotta fuck through me.
That's
to get
right.
her.
That's right. The
Yeah.
only way out of this hurricane is through. You never drop anchor in a storm.
It's right. You got to go right through the brown eye of the storm. Yeah.
She just reaches out and holds your hand while
I
it's
like
happening.
how. Also, you're not.
Now I'm into it. I'm like, yeah, we should be fucking talking.
No, I've had the wrong question up here on the little scroll.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, it's the fourth one.
What does
Okay.
that say? Should you be able to have sex?
That,
I had the
one-
right one on
that
a different
question
cover.
Never
sucked.
mind.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
question
yeah.
totally sucked.
It okay, so she clearly just wants to fuck Todd.
Yeah.
She is Kevin Spacey at the end of season 1 of House of Cards, where she just looks at the camera and goes, all of my planning has come to this time right now. You know?
Also, Kevin Spacey in real life. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I, Kevin Spacey, in real life also want to fuck Todd. And no, I did not check his ID before I did so. But no, so Kevin Spacey.
Yeah, never mind.
He
I know
likes
what
him
you're
young.
talking
Everyone
likes him young.
forgets that she's a huge Kevin Spacey fan, so she gets a little uptight with people.
She don't like when I trash him, especially doing a shitty impersonation of him.
Kevin Spacey in American Beauty or Kevin Spacey at the Country Club? What are we talking about?
Kevin Spacey in jail.
I like him in jail doing scams like in The Usual Suspects. You know what I mean? Like he's scamming all the drug dealers and stuff. He's been in bed with the guards the whole time, that kind of thing. So I say, what you got to do is you just got to start being like, we'll do the 3-way thing, but what? Not involving Todd.
Oh, I love that.
Just wait, we'll see what her reaction is.
You want to
know?
be shared? I'll share you.
Yeah.
Let's go down to the town hall and see who
Yeah.
wants to town hall. I don't know
Yeah,
what people threesome.
with some chick named Natalie. How about that? How about the hell with Todd? We're going with Natalie.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say Brett, the the county clerk.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Breath of
He's a
King.
notary. You know that? Stamp that ass.
Yeah.
I kind of like the idea that
He's
this
not
guy,
passionate, but he's thorough.
I think I like the idea of picturing this guy as like he's just one of those guys that just sort of like everything's fine. Where he's just like, yeah, I don't know, it doesn't really bother me. I'm thinking about it. Yeah, okay, he's a nice guy.
I mean, just the guys who are just shrugging their way into being cucked is wild to me. I always figured it was because there are guys that are super into that, you know, or they're just super into the swinging lifestyle. Yeah, man. I wasn't asking for volunteers. But
Are we cooking? Okay. There's so many great corners in here. I'll just sit and watch whatever.
So many great quotes.
I bet you're a hot crier.
I mean, I have a ball gag. I forgot it was in my pocket. I don't know. I thought it was my car keys. I don't know. It's just in my pocket. But yeah, I mean, I figured it was one of those things, like, again, one of those hard fetishes that you're either just super into, love the idea of it, I don't know, like getting pissed or shit on or something. It's just sort of one of those things to where it's like, you're either, you love the idea of it or you're never going to fucking try it.
You've never been accidentally cucked before?
No, not even a little. Not even a little.
That's a bucket list for you.
No,
Jake,
I've been
Jake, that's
accidentally
not
cucked is
true.
called cheated on. Yes, I have been accidentally cucked. It's called cheated on.
No. Well, also, you've definitely been cucked. There's like 13 animals that live in this
Yeah,
apartment.
you're
You've
cucked by your
you've
dogs,
definitely
bro.
been cucked by an animal before.
Well, being cucked means the dogs are having sex with what?
It's more of a power thing.
It's the watching. It's the
Oh,
watching.
And then they also
No,
make you
no,
eat your
it's-
own cum.
Oh, I
But
get-
that
I
means
get it.
I
I
would be
get-
cucking the dogs,
Yeah, you-
right? Wouldn't I be cucking the
Yeah, I
dogs
think-
if they're watching?
But I think that the person in the primary relationship has to be watching for it
Yeah.
to be cucking. So
Right.
So you're like assuming that the
I-
cucking is the least of your issues if it's
Okay,
a dog
I got
involved.
it.
This
Like-
is
Yes. And that is chapter 1 in Polyologist. That's right.
You can't be cucked by your dog.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I just feel like everybody
Also, one of my
has that
favorite
experience.
You think it
Angelo
takes a
poems.
lot of communication with a human? Try with a dog.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I had I just smear so much goddamn peanut butter on there. It
There's-
wasn't worth it.
there's
buddy.
like a-
I
there's
don't even
like
think
a-
he's in her. I just think he likes peanut butter. This fucking dog.
There's like a pet psychic, and the pet psychic's like, you know, Sprinkles, how do you feel when mommy and daddy have sex? Oh. Sprinkles doesn't feel loved when you guys have sex in front of her.
Oh, you mean like a pet psychologist? You said psychic, and
I
I
said
want
psychic.
now I want a
think
psychic.
both work.
Okay.
Yeah, either, yeah.
There
I
used to be a
Either
pet
I-
psychic.
Wow,
at
really?
I
Sirius
want someone to be
XM.
like
Vibe.
channeling something while they're talking to your dog.
Oh,
No,
no.
there was a pet psychic at Sirius XM. I used to fill in on the boards for that show when I first started.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you know what? And legit, the only show, because when I first started at Sirius XM, I filled in on random channels, on different channels on talk radio, and like all kinds of shit. You know what I mean? Like, and I didn't care. I was like, whatever, man. I'm part-time. I'm floating until I get a permanent spot on a channel. So I wouldn't turn down anything. This was the one fucking show that I told my boss, I'm like, I can't morally do this show anymore.
Wow.
Because I agreed to fill in 3 weeks in a row because it's a 1 hour a week show, and it's loaded with callers too. Like the people that believe in a pet psychic, they really believe in it. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
more
right
calls
now.
for the psychic shows than any other fucking.
They're like,
shows.
all right, we'll
Yeah.
move you over to the Alex Jones hour.
I would do Alex Jones in a heartbeat before I did the fucking pet psychic again. I would feel way better morally about doing Alex Jones and the pet psychic. So we were like the first one I filled in on. I was doing the soundboards. There was another guy doing the phones, and he got there before me. She was remote in Texas. She was an old British former supermodel who, as soon as she got too old, as soon as she got too old to get booked for model gigs, that's when she realized she could telepathically talk to dogs.
Oh my
It's
God.
weird how that happened.
when she
Crazy.
turned 31, crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
31 at 27.
Now that I'm not getting booked to show my titties anymore, I can talk to dogs. Give me money. Yeah, that's how it went. That's how it went. And so her producer told the guy that was doing phones, it was very simple. It was like, just put their names, where they're calling from, what they want, blah, 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 into the call screening things. We can do alive pets. We can do dead pets. She can telepathically communicate with either.
Oh, that's
but,
great.
but missing pets, we cannot take them live on the air. You have to go to the website and do it there. You know,
Oh, okay.
and it was, so it's like, okay, whatever. Is that how the spirits work? Who gives a shit? You know what I mean? So like he's just doing that, and he's taking a ton of calls. I'm not really noticing, but at one point I just hear him go, "No, I can't help you. I'm sorry, I can't help you. Oh my god!" He just puts the phone down without even putting it. Just backs up. He's like, "I don't know what to say to her, dude. She won't stop crying." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" So I get on the phone and I get my best like customer service. Hey, what's wrong? You know, and she's crying.
Very bad customer service. Hey, bitch, you good?
Girl, what's wrong? You know, and so so she's crying, telling me about this dog that's missing, and I'm, oh my god, I got dogs too. That's so terrible. And I'm just kind of warming up to her a bit, and then I tell her, like, look, we're in New York. The lady on the show, she's not even in the same state. Unfortunately, we can't take questions for missing pets on the show, but if you go to the website, there's lots of information. She goes, I've already been to the website, and I don't have $300 for a half-an-hour phone call. I was like, you fucking scumbag.
Oh,
You
the
fucking
most
scumbag.
desperate of them have to go pay.
Yeah. Ones that are desperate and the ones who are really, you know, and that's where I was like,
that's
you
sad.
fucking whore.
Do you think a private eye is free? Like, what's your deal, dude?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, so at that point I was like, dude, you can put me on all the right-wing talk you want. I'll work on the Catholic channel. I'll do all that shit. But I will not do the pet psychic again. I feel like I'm sewing boots for the goddamn Nazis.
I like
This
Alex
is fucking
Jones
ridiculous.
hating that channel. Being like, and the pet psychics are turning your dogs into cucks.
Not only didn't she find my dog, she turned it gay. She turned my dog gay.
Yeah.
She put my dog into Tower 7 and blew it up. And
Anyway, that's our advice.
she turned my dog into Bigfoot.
Let's wrap
Oh, yeah, I
this up.
forgot.
This was the lightning round, everybody.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Yeah, I'm sorry. That I unlightning the lightning round. Yes.
I follow that word.
But that
for
is
word.
okay. Yeah, my suggestion, sir, is become a pet psychic. It works really well. Clearly, dating is not your thing. Do pet psychic. It worked for this old British model when she became a hag. She pretended to talk to dogs, and dumb people gave her money. So do that, and you'll make a fuck ton of money. This has been a great episode, man. Thank you to both of our guests, man. And thank you to Jeff
Thanks
McBride.
for having me.
Thank you to Ben
So fun.
Katzner. You guys have been great. Tell them again your socials and stuff where they can find you.
Jeff McStandup.
Yes.
At Shaq Katzner. Shaq like the basketball player, Katzner. Katzner. I'm dropping some shit on my birthday. Follow me on everything.
Follow
okay?
them. Follow both of our guests on everything. And follow us. Like and subscribe, man. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Thank you to Matt. Thank you to Joel. Thank you to Gene. Thank you to producer Amy. Until next week, give us your questions live every single Thursday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Oh, catch me on Joel's show tomorrow. Let's see.
Very fun.
Scroll up. It's 6 p.m.
Yes.
at
6 p.m. Amazon.
6 p.m. Amazon. Let me find that one more time. It's
the
it's
Amazon factory
the,
on Skillman.
where is it? No. It's 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night, Friday, on AMP from Amazon. Check it out. We will be there. Thank you so much to everybody. I'll see you tomorrow, Joel. Until next week, we'll see you all later.